Okay, you guys, I am standing in front of the Superior Court of California, getting ready to go in. Today's episode is gonna be epic. What's up, record breakers? Chris Record here, another day, another vlog.
Another one.
I'm coming to you from the Phoenix, Arizona airport. We just landed back from San Jose, and I want to take you back to the beginning of the day where we kick things off with a 2-hour Uber ride from San Jose to Sacramento, plus a crazy experience of going into court. Let's roll the clip. Okay, guys, we are jumping in the Uber now. Let's let the day begin. Let's go.
All right, so we're making a quick pit stop. I told Chris we have to do this. This brings back memories to a decade ago when we started working together.
All right, you guys, so Peter wanted to stop off here at the Hilton because this is our old stomping grounds. We used to come here every single week and do presentations in one of the conference rooms there selling real estate investment education. If you guys remember my story, when I was an entrepreneur and I was broke, a negative bank account, a 485 credit score, getting evicted from an apartment, it all started here doing these meetings and selling presentations. I would advertise on Craigslist. I would advertise using roadside signs. I would put out flyers. I would go to local events, all to try to get people to come right here to the Concord Hilton. Then I would show up and I would have to put on a suit and a tie and get dressed all sharp, and I would come in here and do business presentations showing people how they can purchase this education. Out of a room of 100 people, maybe 10 of them would purchase. This was my first opportunity in high ticket sales, you guys. I had my first $8,000 month, my first $16,000 month, my first $24,000 month. Then I had my first $50,000, $70,000, even $100,000 month, all right here, all when I was a struggling entrepreneur. So Peter thought it would be a good idea to bring you back right here to these stomping grounds to be able to kind of let you see and experience what it was that we experienced. To think how far we've come since 2007. Here we are, 2017. A decade later, how I was able to go from flat broke getting evicted to being able to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars and then millions of dollars, then over $10 million online in the last decade. It's pretty amazing. We wanted to take you back right now on a little flashback here at the Concord Hilton.
I was telling Chris, back when we first met a decade ago, 22 years old, I was living in Fresno, California, and I would drive from Fresno here to the Concord Hilton every single Tuesday for this presentation. And I would do advertising, I'd call up resume leads, I'd do whatever it took to actually get people to look at a presentation. And I would actually stop next door over here, there's an actual Denny's. I would pull up in the Denny's parking lot and I would change in from like my shorts and t-shirts that I would drive 3 hours from Fresno to here, and I would change into a suit, tie, the whole deal, all in my backseat of my Honda Accord. I would drive up in the Honda Accord, park at the Denny's, put on my suit, and then show up at the Concord Hilton, and hopefully I would have some guests, and hopefully I'd be able to position myself to have an $8,000 commission. And in fact, it was my first ever type of success, going from broke, having no money, being 22 years old, and actually earning my first $8,000 commission from inviting people to a presentation that Chris Record did. Pretty exciting. That's how we became friends. We became business partners, and now we've been working together for over a decade. And it all started in places just like this at the Concord Hilton over a decade ago. Guys, it's pretty cool.
All right, you guys, since we're here at the In-N-Out Burger waiting for our food, we've got our Uber driver right here waiting for us. We're about halfway from our drive from San Jose to Sacramento, and I thought this was the perfect time to bring you a session of coaching with Chris. Today's question is this: Chris, how on earth do you fit in so many activities in a single day? So let's address this. I don't really like to call it multitasking. Instead, I refer to it as stacking. What you're doing is you're essentially stacking activities. You're trying to find as many activities that you can do at the same exact time to be able to maximize your time efficiency. For example, I'm here at In-N-Out Burger right now waiting for my food. Everybody else that's waiting for their food is just standing there. I'm maximizing this time by setting down the camera on a tripod and doing a little coaching with Chris session. By the time I'm wrapped up with this, the food's gonna be ready. So what you're really looking to do is you're looking to stack your activities, find things that you can do to fill your pockets of empty time, and then also find things that you can do where you can do 2 or 3 activities at a single time. For example, we're driving in the backseat of an Uber, but we asked the Uber driver if it was okay okay for us to film? And he said, yeah. So now we're filming and creating content while driving in an Uber, 2 things at once. So what you're doing with stacking is you're looking for as many opportunities as you can to be able to stack activities on top of each other. So for example, when you're driving in your car, could you also be listening to an audiobook? Now you're doing 2 things at once. Or for example, in the morning, maybe you make yourself a cup of coffee. Well, while you're waiting for the coffee to be able to be made, maybe there's another activity you could do right then. Maybe that's when you do your stretching. And you start to find as many things as you possibly can do at the same exact time. This is called habit stacking. You want to get the full use out of 24 hours. Try to find as many things as you possibly can to fit in, stack those activities, and before you know it, you're gonna create a habit where it doesn't feel like any extra work. Instead, it just feels like you're capitalizing on the day. In fact, instead of feeling overworked and instead of feeling burned out, you're actually gonna feel productive, which is going to make you feel successful, which is going to put you in a good mood. It's actually the opposite. By doing more, you actually have a greater sense of feeling of doing less. And I know this is gonna take a while to be able to fit in, but think about it. If you work really hard in a sport, you practice and you train really hard, and then you play a game and you compete and you win and you take first place, then all the work felt like nothing. When you strain yourself and work yourself hard and then you don't have a positive result at the end, then suddenly all you remember is all the hard work. So what you're looking to do is you're looking to give yourself more sense of accomplishment every single day, more sense of victory, more sense of success. And when you have more of that, then what's gonna happen is it's not gonna feel like work at all. When you're having fun, it doesn't feel like work. So that's the whole premise behind habit stacking, to help you be more effective in your hours, to stack more activities.
How many activities? Do step class? It's making my head spin how many activities we can do.
Be able to get more done in a day without feeling overwhelmed. And hopefully you enjoyed today's Coaching with Chris. All right, you guys, so just wrapped up In and Out, hanging out with the Uber driver. Say what's up.
Man, hey, how are you guys? These guys are crazy, man. Look, flying private jets, 2-hour Uber drives, eating an In and Out. Man, that's the life. That's the life right there.
All right, so I was just chatting with Peter about In and Out Burger, and I told him that the woman that's running this company is, I think, the world's youngest female billionaire, and he had never heard the story. So this girl, Lindsay Snyder, her grandparents founded In and Out Burger back in 1948. Her uncle is the one that ended up running In and Out Burger and making it pretty successful. But check this out. In 1993, her uncle was in a plane crash. They were in a little private jet. It was following I think like a big 747 or commercial plane, and it got caught up in all that wind and the turbulence. It was following too closely. I think they even made a new law since then that you can't follow that closely. So her uncle is in this plane crash in a private jet. It crashes down, I think it's Southern California, and he ends up dying. And I think there was other people, other executives in the plane with him as well. So then Lindsay's dad ends up taking over the company from 1993 on. But Lindsay's dad is struggling with a drug addiction and ends up overdosing on drugs. So her grandparents start the company, her uncle runs it, dies in a plane crash, her dad runs it, overdoses from drugs. Lindsay ends up taking over the company at a young age. Okay, it was either in her 20s or around 30 years old, just at a young age. She didn't have the background, she didn't have anything, but she was like the last person that's in the family that could take it over. She ends up taking over In and Out Burger, exploding it, making it one of the most biggest and most popular chain burger restaurants in the United States, you guys. Huge success story. She ends up going on to become the youngest female billionaire. Recently in some articles, she opened up about how she was battling with her own drug addiction, how she's battling with all kinds of stuff that she's been going through, a traumatic life, just traumatic experience with her family, but yet she somehow was able to keep it all together to make In and Out Burger what it is today, you guys. And if you haven't heard this story, Google it. Just go look it up on Google. It's a fascinating story. So Peter, hopefully that answers that question for you about the story of In and Out Burger, and maybe you guys learned something new you didn't know today.
Thanks, George. Awesome, man.
What's up, guys? You guys are cool. You guys are awesome.
All right, record breaker. So we made it. We're here in Sac. About to go down.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, we made it to Roseville, California, just outside of Sacramento. You probably already guessed by the thumbnail, the title, and everything. I'm here for court. Today was my child custody hearings. Now, it's not all negative. We're actually in a great co-parenting relationship. We just had to figure out what the custody was gonna look like, when I'm gonna be with the kids and whatnot. You guys probably haven't seen the kids much in recent vlogs, and that's why. So what we did was we went to court today. I took you in a little bit behind the scenes. I couldn't film much there, but I wanted to share this personal experience with you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. Let's roll court. Okay, you guys, so I just stepped out of court right now. We're going over child custody. I can't get into the details of it, and it would be wrong of me too, but man, you want to talk about your heart beating? So in about 20 minutes, I go back in and I find out how much custody I get. And I think a lot of people go through this, you guys, and I don't know how to handle it. We're not like in a bad co-parenting situation. We're both reasonable. We're both happy. I just don't entirely know how this is gonna go. I just want to be able to see my kids more. I want to be able to be more in their life. I want to be more present with them. It's tough because I pay for everything for them. So I pay for all her income, all her bills, and also all the kids. kids. And then on top of that, schedule visitations. And you know, there's a couple of differences where, because my child has autism, where she wants me to be supervised in all my visits, so we're negotiating that out. I don't want to be supervised. We're just really trying to figure it out, figure out what the goal is. I want to be able to have my time with my kids. And I go through autism training, and I'm good with autistic kids, so it's just a little bit of a battle. It's not like a scary legal battle. I don't want to blow this up into some drama it's not about, but anytime you have to go to court and you have to deal with child custody, it's a tough situation. But I have respect for their mom, and I love my kids, and I'm a good dad. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I'm not a crazy partier, and I love them. So I hope that the judge has some favor on me. I'll let you all know how it goes when I get out. Wish me luck. Oh my God, you guys, I just got out of court. I don't know even why I'm sharing this with you guys. It's a very personal and very private matter. I may even delete this. I don't even know if this is gonna make the cut, but I have my custody papers. Thankfully that we have a good co-parenting situation. We were able to find some mediation. If you guys have been wondering why I haven't had my kids in the vlogs, it's really been this. Over the past few months, been trying to figure out the custody relationship and who's got the kids when, and we finally found resolution. I'm happy, I'm excited, I was nervous. I don't know what it is. If anything having to deal with court, anything having to do with judges, anything having to do with like police or cops or anything, I just start, whoo, just let that energy run, man. It's just, I'm so thankful. It's at least over for now. Like obviously this stuff can keep going on until the kids are over 18. And again, I wanna make clear, you guys understand, the situation at hand is because I was married, we have 2 children, went through a divorce, and now we're co-parenting. One of the children has severe autism. So severe autism means that he's on a schedule and an agenda, and he's in all these counseling and coaching. My ex has put in a lot of time there, so she feels like she wants to take things a certain direction, a different direction than I want to. So we have to find agreement sometimes as parents. It's very, very difficult. I come from a divorced household. I remember going back and forth between my parents. She came from a divorced household, same thing, back and forth. At the end of the day, I just want my boys to grow up happy and healthy. All right, you guys, since the topic today is about the court case, about everything that's going on, I figured it's the perfect opportunity to talk about relationships. Obviously, as you guys know, I was married and then divorced. And there's a book that can make a significant difference in how well you connect with your significant other, your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. And that book is The 5 Love Languages, you guys. So here's my book review. Roll that clip, though. All right, you guys, so obviously you know right now that I'm already at the Superior Court of California. You guys already know what for. And while we're waiting right now to go inside, I figured it would be the perfect time to review today's book. And as you guys know, a couple years ago I went through a divorce, and now I'm going through custody hearings with my kids. For anybody right now that's struggling in your relationship, or maybe you're going through a divorce, or maybe you're having problems in your current relationship, there's a book that I want to recommend, and that book is called The 5 Love Languages. This is a staple book that you should have in your collection. What it will do is it will teach you that each one of us has generally 5 different love languages. And one of the problems that we run into is that we're great at serving other people with our own love language. We're great at treating people the way we want to be treated, but not necessarily the way that they want to be treated. For example, my love language might be acts of service. I love when people do great acts of service to me. I love when people are positive around me, encouraging, helping to do things. They're serving my love language. But when I turn around and give them acts of service, that might not be their love language. Their love language might be words of affirmation, really giving them positive affirmations, feedback, telling them how great they look, or telling them what a great job that they did. They might want to hear those words of encouragement, or maybe they want to receive like a gift. Some people love it when you give them a gift or a card or take the personal time. Some people love it when you spend time with them, quality time. There's different love languages. When you can get good at understanding what the love languages are and how to serve other people in your life with their love language, then your relationships will be better. Believe me, I learned the hard way by focusing more on my own love languages instead of the love languages of others. Now, knowing it is just half the step. The other half is doing it, you guys. That's actually the hard part. Start by reading this book, learning more about these love languages, and then in your life, start applying these love languages to people around you. Find out what the love languages are for your friends, your family, your spouse, your loved ones, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and start applying those love languages and watch how your life changes, you guys. Link in the bio.
What? All right, guys, so we just finished court, and all during the court session, I was hanging outside of the courtroom, and I'm sure Chris was stressing out. I was like, man, we got a little time to kill before we head to the airport. It's the afternoon time. We have a night flight out back to Scottsdale, and I said, you know what better place for Chris Record, I know my guy, than Topgolf. So that's right, we just got out to Topgolf here, gonna whack some balls, and then head back to the airport, head back to Scottsdale, and film a brand new music video for you guys tomorrow. So stay tuned. Peace.
What's up, you guys? Chris Record coming to you from the Sacramento airport. We're getting ready to board a plane right now, heading back to Arizona, and I thought, what a perfect opportunity to do story time. Today's story is the first time I got served. And to tell this story, it goes way back to when I was around 20, 21 years old. I was living in a 200 square foot studio in Santa Cruz, California. I had no idea I was about to be served. I was young, I was immature, but I was trying to get involved in business, so I was always making moves. Now here's what had happened. I had purchased a car used off of a gentleman. I thought that the price that I had agreed on was $3,000. He thought the price we agreed on was $3,000 with another payment of $2,000 down the line. We both had a difference of opinion. He sold me the car thinking that I was gonna pay the retail price over time. I bought the car thinking that I was gonna get a killer deal. Months go by. One day I'm in my little 200 square foot studio and I hear a knock at the door. And I open up the door and there's this guy very casually dressed with his son. I wanna say probably around 6, 7 years old. Just a guy and his kid. I thought they were out jogging or something like that. And he knocks on the door, I answer, and he says, "Are you Chris Record?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And he hands me a piece of paper and he says, "You've been served." And I had no idea what he was even talking about. I'm like, "What do you mean I've been served? What is this?" Right? I'm starting to freak out. What does this even mean? What is this paperwork? He takes off and I open this thing up. And this thing is to show up in court for a dispute over the cost of a car, the difference in money that I owe on a car. I didn't think I owed the money. He thought he owed the money. So now we got a court case. It's filed in the Santa Cruz County court systems, but this story gets even more epic, you guys. Our court date is like, I don't know, a month or two out. So this gentleman gives me a call and he's like, "Chris, I have a way that we can both win in this situation." I go, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, I have a way that you don't have to pay me, but where I still get paid." I go, "Okay, I'm listening." He says, "Have you ever seen those TV shows where there's judges on TV and all you gotta do is go show up and, you know, present your course or whatever, and then the judge decides who's guilty and who's not?" He says, "They contacted me. They read through the court case files and they saw our case and they contacted me and asked if we wanted to be on the show." Now, I know some of you are thinking, what an amazing opportunity to go on the show. But at the time, I did not want to be on the show. I thought that this was a frivolous claim. I didn't think I owed him any money. I'm like, hell no, I'm not going on TV. I'm not going to go on the show. And he said, "Look, they're going to pay for your hotel. All we got to do is travel there. And they're going to automatically pay and settle the case, right? So they cover everything. Whoever wins, they automatically cover it. It's not even a big deal." And I think we both got money just for going. And as crazy as it is, I turned it down. I said, "No, I'm not going." And we ended up going to the regular court system in Santa Cruz County, California. And I forget how it went. This was years ago. I'm pretty sure I didn't end up paying any more money, or if I did, maybe I just forgot to pay or something like that. I don't recall how it went. But that was just a basic misunderstanding. It was an understanding that I got a car at a discount deal. He thought I was buying it at retail. We ended up getting invited. I think it was like a Judge Judy type of a show. One of those shows, like a Judge Judy or Maury or something like that. One of those courtroom shows. And that's exactly how they find their people. They go through actual real cases that happen in small cities all over. They have somebody going through, find people, and they bring them onto court. So I thought that'd be a fun story to tell with you guys, the time that I first got served. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I look forward to catching you in next story time. Okay, you guys, that concludes today's vlog. We've got to jump into an Uber. We've got to get back to the house. But before we go, can you do me a quick favor? Can you smash that subscribe button? Can you hit that post notification bell? Join the Record Breakers, you guys. We're a community that believes in education and entertainment. We combine them together and call it edutainment. We want you to learn something new every single day, and I want to take you behind the scenes in my life with my daily vlogging. We're doing a lot of things here. Every single Thursday, every week, we launch a brand new rap video, conscious rap, motivational hip hop, motivational music. Plus, every single day we're vlogging. We're dropping tips on entrepreneurship, tips on how to make money, tips on how to grow your own business. Even if you're a kid in high school right now, we'll show you how to be able to make extra money and maybe not even have to go to college. Maybe you can be a game changer out there and do something innovative and do something unique with your life. We want to welcome you to our family. We call it the Record Breakers because we're breaking records. We're shattering records, you guys, and we're making waves out here on the internet. This is a new channel. We'd really appreciate your support. Do me a favor, comment below your favorite part of today's vlog and go back and watch some of my past vlogs. Get caught up on the story because we're looking to inspire people with the message here. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't even be doing this. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being a record breaker. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you. With that being said, I gotta jump in an Uber. Peace.